everybody, it's Claire.
And Dave.
And it's Tasty Tuesday.
On Wednesday.
We just got back from a wonderful vacation to Door County.
Well, a mini vacation, weekend away for my pampered chef's birthday.
Yeah. So it was fabulous. So we're going to bring back some of the ideas that we learned or ate up there and try to duplicate them for you.
And some of the things we drank up there as well.
So I am going to go ahead and make for you some corn nuggets. I fell in love with them at Casey's in Egg Harbor. And I also got some brisket. And we are going to go ahead and try something new. This is the hand pie and pocket maker. And we're going to make some pockets with the brisket. And I'll teach you how to do that.
That sounds awesome. And you know what today is?
I think it's ice cream day.
No, it's actually the first day of autumn.
Oh.
And that means hunters are going to be out in the fields. And I'm going to make a little cocktail tonight. It's called Hunter's Cocktail to help to warm the cockles of your innards as you come back in from a long day in the woods. And I'm going to make one for you too, a different one.
Oh, okay.
That's not quite so. It's more sweet.
Because that's what I found I really, really love.
Yeah.
We already knew that.
We did.
Okay, so we're going to get rolling here. And if you have an air fryer, you can do this recipe in there. Otherwise, you can do it in the oven. Tonight, we are going to do the corn fritters in oil, but you could also do those in the air fryer just to keep things moving here. So we have some leftover brisket. That is all, I just took the mix and chunk and just chunked this up a little bit in my batter bowl. And we're going to add a couple things to it. And one of them is going to be some Havarti cheese. And we got some of this up in Door County at the, is it Renard's?
Renard's, yes.
As you are just entering into the Door County area. So we're just going to take some of this, and I'm going to drive some of you crazy because I'm just going to be throwing things in here and not really measuring. We also are going to take an onion, and this is just about a third of an onion because we don't have that much in here. And we're going to chop this baby up. And we're going to add that into our mixture, if you don't mind, Mr. D. I also...
Am I adding this into this mixture?
Yes. I also am going to take a potato. Now, you can cube potatoes to do these, but we're just going to grate them. And because our dishwasher is out of commission right now, I'm just going to use the same grater. Otherwise, I would do them on our other grater that has a large grate, but I just don't want to grate up or mess up any more dishes. So I'm grating this up, and you know, if you don't use this right away, they really are going to turn dark, so we want to put this in right away, and you can see that grated up quite nicely. So we'll be adding that in. And then when we mix this all up, we're going to add some corn and peas, and I just measured out about a cup of those. And then I am going to add some Kansas City barbecue barbecue.
One of my favorites.
And it's just the seasoning. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So we'll just add about a teaspoon of that into our bowl. And so we're going to get this all mixed up. So while Dave is doing that, I am going to show you how to do this. All right. So this is just a can of biscuits, and they're the Grands. They're flaky butter, and we are separating each of these in half. So this will make quite a few for your family. So you can just separate those completely in half. And then you want to take some flour and put it on your pastry mat. And on here, there's a 4-inch circle. So I'm going to use that. but I'll show you what else you can use for your measurements. So I've done most of these already. Really easy to roll out. So they're about 4 inches. I'm gonna do one more. So from this little contraption, you can do quite a few different things. So you can make some pudgy pies. You can make some baguettes that you would get down in Louisiana. You can go ahead and do all sorts of things. So putting them in here, you actually, if you make your own dough, can cut and do your circles. And then this all is so nice and compact for storage. But this is your measuring spoon for your mixture. So we might be eating this for a while.
That's all right.
So if you're gonna do like a pocket, you would put part of it in here, you would put part in here, squish it together with the mixture. But we're gonna be doing these halves. So I'm gonna take one of these, and because we have put that in the flour, it is pretty easy to just stretch over. And we have this little area in the middle. We're gonna take our mixture, so you don't wanna overfill, and we're gonna put that inside. You guys have never done this before, so, and then we're just gonna take it and
Tell them that.
smoosh it together. And we have these cute little pockets. It worked out really well.
It did.
All right, we're gonna take our air fryer, we're gonna take some oil, and with our spritzer, you wanna pump it up, and then we're gonna spritz on here. And you can put this right onto the trays, but make sure you really spray them well. So either way, if you use these mats, these you can get on Amazon or a store, and you will want to flip these after 6 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to just do one more, and then we'll go on to our other recipe. So once again, put our circle there, put our brisket mixture in, and then we are going to squeeze. So this really would make quite a few.
Want me to do a couple while you're doing the other one?
Except I want to get these going. So we'll just pop these in so you can see, hopefully.
Okay.
So I'm just going to spray, because in the air fryer, that will give us that nice little brown. And we're going to pop these in for 6 minutes and then flip them in 6 more minutes. So that was really easy. Woo! 350, so it's bake. All right, so now we're gonna move over and make our corn nuggets. Now there's corn fritters and there are corn nuggets. And so we are doing the nuggets. There's different recipes. Like I said, you can do them in the air fryer, you can do them in oil. We're doing them in oil tonight. So what you wanna do is you just wanna open up your can of cream style corn and a can of whole kernel corn, and you want to drain the whole kernel corn, okay? And I went ahead and seasoned this up just a little bit with some salt and pepper. And I tried something, and I'm going to show you what I would do. And so I'm going to open up the freezer, and they say to put this in for about 3 hours. I only put them in for, it was about 40 minutes, and they were good. But what I would do, so you would take a spoonful and put it on here. What I would do is I would take one of our small module pans. These come in a set of 3, so 2 small and a larger one. It has a nice little lip on it. This is what I would do. I would take some foil and put it over the top. And then I would take my spray the pan, spray the foil, and then I would go ahead and put this mixture in there. And what it's going to do is it's going to make it a little bit thicker and not so flat, because I ended up with some pretty flat corn. Now they say to put this into the freezer so it hardens, and then you can have the mixture on the outside, the breading. So I'm going to put this into the freezer. I'm going to make a little wall. In fact, I'm going to hand this over to you, Dave. And because I did use some of this already. I'll put this in. Then when I'm making these, I would cut these into cubes, and those would be my inside. Some of the recipes called for you to freeze this, and some of them called for you to take just the whole mixture and mix it up all together, corn and all, but this is more like what I experienced. They were so good. All right, so we are gonna take 1 egg white, 2 tablespoons of milk, and then we're also gonna take 1/2 cup of flour and 1/2 cup of cornmeal and mix this up. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Alrighty, so we're just gonna give this a nice little mix. Now, that egg was pretty small, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more of, I actually use cream, so we don't have any milk in the house. So we need this just a little bit thicker. My egg was really, really small. Okay, and we are heating up some grease, and you want it for about 350 degrees.
Oil.
Or oil. Or if I'm from the south, oil. Okay, and we are, nope, this is, I just feel like it should have a little bit more liquid in it. Okay, so we're going to take our mixture and we are just going to put some of our breading around it. And they say to dunk it, so I am thinking that this should be much, much more liquidy. The other recipes, like I said, just call for you to spoon it up and put it into the oil. So I'm just going to take these and we're going to put one in. And while this is cooking and that is finishing up cooking, I'm going to hand it over to Dave. And these should be pretty much done by the time we come back.
Now, just to let you know, your oil was a little warm. I don't know if that matters.
Okay. So we are using our instant read thermometer in order for us to see how high it is. You do not want it.
It's raining ice cubes in here.
It is.
Up in here.
I don't even know what I was going to say. You don't want your oil to get too hot because you can cause a fire. All right.
Was that 430?
Oh, so it is way hot. So it is waiting for us. Did you need to? Okay. What are you doing?
I'm making a mess.
Okay.
Our ice cube maker was overloading my glasses, and it wasn't my fault.
This is why. This is what happened. So I have some of these fritters ready to go while Dave is making a mess behind me.
All right, that's
I'm usually the one who makes a mess, right?
Bye, Claire.
Bye.
Hi, guys. So I'm going to make for you a Hunter's cocktail tonight, and it's a very, very simple drink to mix. It basically has 2 ingredients, and well,
Yeah.
mine has 2 ingredients. Yours has
different
ingredients than mine will. Yes. It basically is whiskey and cherry brandy. Now we were able to find this nice cherry brandy up in Door County from the Door County Distillery, so we're going to use that tonight. And the choice of whiskey is totally up to you. It's best with a bourbon whiskey, but you can use a regular whiskey or even a rye whiskey if you want to spice it up a little bit. I'm going to use Jim Beam Brent Stag, which is a black cherry, sticking with the cherry theme tonight. And really, all it is a low ball and guess I'm going to do what Claire does. I'm not going to use the measuring stick tonight because I don't have it over here. So, 1.5 ounces of whiskey.
You want one?
Nah. And 1/2 ounce of cherry brandy. I could use a spoon though, if you don't mind.
Yes. I have one of those.
Thank you. And you just stir that up. Claire will not drink this, I'm pretty sure. And you garnish it with the cherry, and you have a Hunter's cocktail. Bourbon whiskey, black cherry bourbon whiskey, and Door County cherry brandy. Oh, so good. Now, I'm going to make a drink for Claire too because I love her. So I'm going to use the same cherry brandy that we got up in Door County. If you guys have never been to Door County, you should go up there for a weekend. We would suggest you go up like on a Thursday, so you have Thursday night and Friday before all the crowds come. But we did wineries and we did distilleries. Well, we didn't do any distilleries this time. We did the new Peach Barn brewery up there. Really some good stuff. So I'm going to put a little bit of cherry brandy in here for Claire. I'm going to top that off with some 7-Up. And then to give it a little bit of color, I'm going to add a little grenadine. And then I'm going to give that a stir. Mix it up a little bit. And then, Claire, you going to come over here and try this? You certainly am. I'll top that off with a cherry as well.
I almost grabbed it.
Did you turn these over? You did not, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. I was wondering where my tongue went.
Over here.
So
We need to
I
turn
have
it
a spare just in case. All right, so this looks pretty.
over. Is it pretty?
So that was using this.
That was using the Door County Distillery cherry brandy.
And I wonder if the down drinks?
I don't know. I don't think they have cherry.
I don't know.
The one thing to keep in mind though, when you're picking out your cherry, like your cherry brandy, there's a big difference between a cherry brandy and one that is eau de vie, which is basically distilled right from the fruit. That's what this is. This is good stuff right there. So, cherry brandy, eau de vie.
Yum.
Like it?
Really good.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
We'll finish those later.
Let me just smell it.
Are you gonna smell mine? Ooh.
Ooh, little kick in my rear. There. Okay.
Dairy area.
Do you mind grabbing those out? I bet.
I don't mind. Are those okay over there?
I think we're gonna have to check here.
I don't want them to explode or anything.
Yeah. So over here, I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna wheel you over here. We have our oil going, and I'm gonna take a plate. I'm going to take some paper towel, and we're gonna put that on top. And I do have a splatter screen on top of the pan, just in order to cut down on grease, so I don't ruin another shirt. And let's check this out. Oh, I just happen to have another tong right here. Oops. So we have these. We're going to take these out. You can serve these with, really, if you want to, some ranch dressing. If you guys have another idea of what to serve it with, but those are really delicious. I'm going to take this off. It's plenty hot. So we'll be making more of those. And then this was 12 minutes. And this was with that parchment paper. So I truly, truly believe if you would make these without the parchment paper, that they would brown up nicely top and bottom. And you wouldn't have to do them for 12 minutes. So let's see. Now we have some barbecue sauce. So we'll probably be dunking in that. You know, we have to bring home everything possible from Door County. But I'm going to just cut into this so we can see how this turned out. And it looks really, really hot, but really, really delicious. So what an easy meal to make for your family. And if you have 2 in your household or you have 10 in your household, I really think this is going to go a long way. And I'm going to try freezing them. And so we can
Freezing
pull
the popper things? Oh, those?
No, these. So
Really?
we can pull them out as we want to warm them up and eat them. So
Would you do that in the air fryer, or would you bake them in the oven?
I would do them in the air fryer. That's what I would do. All right.
That
So that
sounds
was
good.
easy. A little bit of Door County brought to you from down here.
And next week, maybe we're going to talk a little bit about cider, hard cider.
So good.
It is so good.
So thanks for joining us, and we will see you
On Tuesday instead of Wednesday.
hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.